cafe spot.
Yeah.
Have you been in there yet?
No.
Well, I mean, you go by there.
Well, first of all, I'm not waiting in lines.
Well, that's true.
There was like a line there.
Business podcast
So
with Cory Mosley.
good luck with that. Waiting in lines for that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, excellent position in branding. I mean, because they were dead about a decade ago.
Yes.
I mean, that thing was kind of going in the wrong direction.
Yes.
So the fact that they turned it around and made it a cult classic and are building billion-dollar facilities
Correct.
off of that premise, pretty crazy.
Well, and I read that in their Chesterfield facility, they've got a museum
Okay.
that has like historic. It's an invitation only. You got to have.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow.
You got to, it's in their manufacturing plant that they've got this facility that houses original Legos pieces, original.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh?
They're going all in on it.
Let's see if somebody sends me an invite.
Yeah.
Lego, holla at me.
All right.
All right. The audio coming on and going out, our music track, can only mean one thing, that we have started the show, unbeknownst to us sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes, I better not hear any hot mic. I better not see any hot mic moments on the street. I'm just warning right now. I'm going to have to go take a look at that database. We just upgraded some stuff. We got Willie H 4 terabyte, big 4 terabyte unit over there. I gotta go take a look at what he's putting over there, what he's got over in that.
You can house a whole.
Yeah, they got these little. You can hide files now and stuff. So I'm gonna have to take a looky-loo at what's going on here.
Hold on, Buckaroo.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's got ahead of me here. Well, folks, that mindless banter can only mean one thing. We have started a new show. And you are in the right place if you're coming to learn information on growing your business. We were so specific about this, we put it in the name. Welcome to the Grow Business Podcast. That's right, streaming. I don't know where you're catching us. Catch us everywhere.
Yeah.
Go on. Let's run the numbers up. I want you on Apple. Like if you're with your Apple friends, get your podcast from Apple. Yeah. And then if you've got some Android friends, I'm forced to have some of those people in my life there. It was too late already. We were already friends. Then I found out they were on Android, and I couldn't. What a terrible reason to defriend somebody.
We'll love them anyway.
We're on Google Play. We're on iHeart. We're streaming on iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube. If you're on Spotify, please check out the video platform.
Yeah,
we've got this beautiful set that we record from, and we want you to see us. LG, look into we're looking and do your dreamy. You have dreamy eyes. Yeah, kind of that. I don't know what that was. I'll have to look at it in post if that was dreamy eyes or not. But I'm your host, Cory Mosley. Co-captaining this growing spaceship. I was told we were in the top 100.
Woohoo!
I don't know how long, if that sustains or what it is, but we were number 84. I never thought I'd be excited about being 84th.
Right?
Out of 100. Okay, out of 100 in the business category on Apple. So shout out to Apple and those who stream on Apple.
Thank you.
But yeah, co-piloting this thing, I got out my thesaurus and I started with esteemed.
Okay.
So I want to introduce my co-captain here, the esteemed, acclaimed, big league, celebrated, distinguished, eminent, famed, high-profile, illustrious, prominent, and renowned. Lon Graham LG 007's in the building.
Voice of
Hit you with a lot.
It's good to be here.
Hit you with a lot of synonyms.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to thesaurus.com. Exactly. And I have not done. Maybe next week. Maybe next week's show I'll do this for Willie H. But yeah, he's here.
Hit the buttons.
Okay.
He's locked in.
And ahead of me, apparently, Willie H is in the house. Give it to you. Give yourself one more.
Hit the buttons, Willie.
All right, good. We'll see how he does. Fresh off a pip. Those seem to be motivating. I think that seems.
Was that part of the?
Yeah, that seems to be motivating him. Yeah.
Audio and video package.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Well, we're super excited to have you guys here for another episode. We're at the tail end, buddy. 2025. We're almost rolling itself out of here.
Getting close.
Amazing.
Yes.
We're still in a march to 100.
We are.
We're still in a march to 100. We're gonna get right over that
I like our chances.
We're gonna have to. I mean, we might have to go to 5 days a week. I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna need lots of. We're gonna need at least 4 or 5 sponsors for that.
Yeah.
We're gonna be the next. We're gonna be the next Cameron and Mace.
Okay. I have no
idea who that is.
I have no idea.
Lord have mercy.
I'm gonna let you look that up, and then I'll give it. We'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. We'll get back to you on that one.
Cameron and Mace. Okay.
As we said, we're committed to doing one thing: help you grow your business. So if you're a small business owner, entrepreneur, you are in the right place. Certainly, some takeaways. If you haven't started your business, there's certainly going to be some value here for you too. So you can maybe learn some things not to do, right? And learn a structure there. But we're here to serve the business owner. And that's small business, micro business, also large corporations. We have several people in the C-suite that listen, as well as some RSS feeds, some streams that go out to several organizations that serve businesses. So we're super excited about that and continue to bring that value to you. And we base our show really on the premise of what I refer to as the 5 pillars of business growth, and the belief that any business challenge can be overcome within one of these 5 pillars, which is mindset, sales, marketing, operations, or people. And the goal is to identify, isolate, and attack.
Yes.
And if you want more information on that, you can find it in my latest book, Position for Growth, available on Amazon.com. I encourage you to pick up a copy. Doing well, looking forward to the new year. We've got a couple hundred of these going out to a sales organization.
Awesome.
So we're pretty excited for that. And today's topic, thought we'd do something a little interesting.
Okay.
And we're going to be talking about today the top signs it's time to fire a client.
Okay.
What do you think? Well, how'd that catch you there?
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, particularly as we go into the new year, right? It's really a good time to assess the situations, and we're going to give you some of the top signs there, and then also some things to consider, right? Because there really is a kind of a push-pull effect to it in a lot of ways. Because you need to look at what your loss is, not just the relief from that, or your peace factor that may be there. But there's other things to consider.
Correct.
I guarantee you, every single one of us, myself, you, even Willie H, can think of somebody we work with. Willie H does freelance work in his videography and other things. We can all think right now of somebody we wish we had gotten rid of sooner.
100%.
And you better believe it.
Or somebody that our gut told us not to do business with.
Yes.
But there were other factors like, lights, rent.
Right.
that needed, because I can tell you for certain, Toyota Motor Credit does not accept IOUs. Okay? Oh, I figure I'd call them up, let them know I'm waiting on a few things, and they'll be okay with that. Yeah, they might be okay for 90 days, but after that, they come in to hoist that thing up and pull it out of there.
That's exactly right.
So we want to be smart about it. But again, this assumes that you're in different position. But there's some things that you need to consider. So we're going to talk about that. You can think about it right now, I'm sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Some people are like, I should have got rid of them a long time ago. So
yes.
All right, let's just jump right into the list,
please,
and start talking about it in those terms.
Let's go.
Number 1, they demand more than they pay for.
Yes.
So if you're in professional services, you know this as scope creep.
Yes.
That is the formal term of this idea.
Yes.
And scope creep can be okay to a point, right?
Right.
Because I think particularly on the professional services side, and I mean, even if you're in retail, right? Somebody that's always trying to get more, trying to get extra. Hey, can you throw this in? Hey, can I, give me some more, ketchup?
Right.
Like that adds up though,
It
right?
does, yes.
Giving everybody extra ketchup adds up.
Right.
Those ketchup packets become pricey.
Correct.
But when we're talking about scope creep, a lot of time professional services, it's just that, oh, can you throw that in? Oh, can you do a little of this? I mean, again, one of our business units is video production.
Correct.
So, I'm familiar with that idea. Hey, can I just get a little extra, or could you tweak this, or can we, do this here? But when that's repetitive,
right,
you now have to start to do math on that.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this you may or may not know. One of my early outside sales roles was with Six Flags.
Okay.
And I sold for Six Flags I sold corporate events and promotions and programs.
Okay.
And I was working with a government agency in DC, and they sold a program, high level program. It was their company picnic in the summertime. They were doing an event, and they'd always come to me and they would say, hey, can you do this? Or can we add this? And I would always say, yes, here's what it will cost you.
Right.
And so at the very end, right before we got, they said, everything we've asked you, you've said yes. And I've said yes because you're willing to pay for it.
Right.
That's the difference, right? If I'd have just said, yes, we can add that, or yes, we can, sure, we'll do that. Sure, we'll do that. Every time you say, sure, we'll do that, you're inviting them to ask for more.
Right.
They have to find where that boundary is. And some people will ask until you tell them, just because they want to find out how far they can go. And that costs you money, time, energy, and we'll talk about all of that, I know. But that scope creep, sometimes you're willing to do it because it allows you to practice something maybe you're working on.
Sure.
But recognize...
Or for the greater good is what we sell ourselves on mostly. Right, the betterment of a relationship, the furthering of a relationship. There's other opportunities here.
Early on in our career, we're willing to say that.
Right, right. I mean, and I think when matched with the opportunity, right? So,
correct, 100%.
Particularly like if you sidebar that to like the speaking world, right?
Right.
Oh, can you come? It's going to be a great audience here.
Right.
We don't have any money.
Right.
But many times what they're saying is they don't have any money for you.
Correct.
Right. That's not their value proposition.
Correct.
I'm you got to be sensitive to that conversation, particularly when you're with other people, when you're in that world, when you're speaking with other people, because there's been times I generally most never at this point speak without some fee being involved.
Correct.
But I'm very much at events where people are there, speaking, quote unquote, what they hope is an exchange for business,
right,
or all of those things. So, in my position is I go, you're paying my fee. I don't have to be concerned with what business comes out of that.
Correct.
Because I'm not shaping my content to try to get business,
right,
which could affect what my content looks like if I'm trying to shape it more for that.
Right.
So you're really getting the benefit of that piece, but you got to be careful when like you're speaking there and like, my fee was what?
Right, that's exactly
what
right.
They paid. They just paid for my meals,
right?
Or one night. They didn't even pay for all my nights here at the hotel. Like, oh well, sucks to be you,
right? Well,
up your value proposition.
Right, next time you'll know.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing that's one, Cory. And in the same vein, speaking, let's say you're going to an event where you get paid, and they say, hey, while you're here, will you also participate in a panel?
Right, sure.
Or will you also be a part of a host dinner?
Yeah, let me pull out my square.
Right, that's exactly right. Right, but sometimes, and look, I've been guilty of it too. Sometimes I'll say, well, I'm here and I get access to the CEO or I get access to a group of people. You got to be careful, though. That's the same thing. You're at an event where you're getting paid.
Right. That's still scope creep.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, can you come judge this?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let
me pull out my square.
Let me pull out my square. It's amazing now. Right. You don't have to go do it. It's tap to pay. You just tap the back of this little device right here.
That's exactly
and
right.
I don't have to key it in. Just hold it up.
That's exactly
so we've come a long way, right?
Yeah.
For sure. So scope creep, that's a big one. They demand more than what they pay for. Number two, they don't respect boundaries.
Correct.
They're texting you at 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
11:30. Urgent emails on Sunday that many times aren't urgent.
Right.
Or what it should be is urgent to them.
Correct.
Right?
Because they waited to the last minute.
Correct.
So now you have to.
What's important here in this statement is if you set a precedent, right? There's a saying. Now we don't put E for explicit because we have a clean podcast.
Right.
But there's a saying, you can't put the you know what back in the horse.
Oh, right. Right. Well, we'll
So-
clean it up. You can't put toothpaste back in the tube.
Yeah, there you go.
we'll clean it
So
up.
if you have set a precedent for whatever reason, you
Right.
want to you want to over deliver, you want to set yourself apart from competition, you are aggressively bidding to get the business, and you overextended yourself.
Correct.
You set a precedent now, right? They called at 9 o'clock, at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and you answered.
Correct.
Because it wasn't urgent or just the nature of that. You gave him a
Right.
cell phone, you did this, you did in the name of being of service or
Right.
or whatever. And now you're like, I'm worn out.
Right.
I'm this, I'm that. Well, you created that monster to a certain extent. Now, that doesn't mean you can never go back and reset the boundary. Hey, moving forward, we're going to be operating with this. So you can reset,
Right.
but also take responsibility if you created the monster, so to speak.
Yeah. And look, the first time, if it's something you're doing, you feel like it's the right thing to do, that's great. And then they continue to do it. To your point, Cory, one of the things that you can do is you can stop and say, okay, look, the rules of engagement have changed.
Right.
So let's look at, do you want to stick with the original agreement and we'll go back to the original rules?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want to expand the scope of this agreement and let's talk about the financial benefits and implications of that?
Right.
This might be a guy I want to work with.
Or not.
Or not. Right?
Wait, it should be, does he want to work with you?
Correct. That's exactly right.
Do I want to work with this person?
Right. The answer is it depends.
It depends. That's
It
right.
depends. That's right.
That's right. The favorite lawyer answer.
That's right.
It depends.
Correct.
Okay, next one. Ooh, let the church say amen. They drain your energy.
Yes.
You feel tired before the meeting even starts.
Yes.
That bad.
That is bad. Yeah, I mean that's a clear sign of a bad situation. I don't know what else to say other than you might want to rethink the business you're doing with them.
Right? No doubt. Because again, that's not the idea. Like, oh, I've got to go get on this call with so and so, or
Right.
you know what I mean. So,
Or it's
go ahead.
or it's oh my gosh, what are they going to ask for this time?
Yeah. Right. Which leads us to our next one. They're chronically late with payments or are always negotiating your price down.
Work with me, brother.
Yeah.
Work with me.
You know, I don't. You know, I walk into these things semi-blind, so I'm going to say this, and you may be something that you're going to talk about.
Go
But now seems like a good time. You know, there was a Pareto principle, the 20-80 rule. 80% of your business comes from 20% of the people, and then there's the flip side of that is 80% of the effort comes from 20%, or 20% of the clients provide. It's the flip side. They require more energy and effort and ask for more of you and more of you, like you talked about earlier. Well, can you just throw this in, or will you do this for nothing?
Right.
Or can you add this on and not charge me? I'll get you next time, maybe.
And here's the thing. Because a lot of times we do that when we're on the other side of the fence.
Correct.
Consciously, unconsciously, right? Just in pursuit of the best deal.
Correct.
So I want this to serve two purposes. One, make you look at your own behavior in terms of the vendors and people that you deal with too. But again, in addition, because there's somebody, you know, there might be somebody right now that's considering maybe I'm a workout.
Right.
You know, and again, try not to be, but, you know, I demand a lot from my vendors and suppliers and things of that nature. Right. So I might be on somebody's shopping block. I don't know. I got to go through this list.
Right.
All right. So, okay. Next. Ooh. Let the church say amen again. They ignore your expertise. And they try to be the shadow strategists, CEO, CMO, whatever. Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is, it's frustrating. And look, if they're paying their bills on time, me, sometimes will justify, well, they're paying for it. So if they're not willing to maximize, they're still paying me for it. But what ends up happening is it becomes the energy drain. It becomes frustrating. It becomes
they'll hold you responsible.
Right. When they make the decision that doesn't work out, that didn't do what you asked, what you recommended.
And they don't want to hear.
Right.
I tried to tell you that.
Oh no.
It makes. Did you ever watch the movie King of Scotland? About Idi Amin?
No, I have to watch
that. Oh, you never watched it with Forrest Whitaker? And he'd go do something crazy, chop somebody up or something, and he's like, "I told you, but you did not persuade me."
Right,
was the line.
Right. Okay. Good.
You did not persuade me.
Right.
Yes, you mentioned it. Yes, you brought it up. Yes, you advised. But you did not persuade me.
I'll have to go put that on the list.
You have to see that. Forrest Whitaker.
I like him too. I like him.
Willie H. You see that? Did you saw last? Yeah. But you did not persuade me. That's what I say. I say that line. My wife tried to tell me, told us so about something.
Right.
I told you to go left, or I told you to da. But you did not persuade.
I could see that going over too.
Yeah. That's going to become a sound bite.
Right.
But you did not persuade me.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to have that one. That's going on you. That's gonna be on our reels too.
Yeah.
That's
it's frustrating, Cory. You're right, and you end up becoming the scapegoat.
Why did you hire me? Like this is to all my consultants out here. Like when we think about that, or really professional services, we're gonna talk. This applies across the board. But man, if you're in professional services,
100%.
From whether you're an insurance agent, whatever it is, right? It's like I tried to tell you, like, you hired me for advice, you hired me for strategy, you hired me for this, but then you go make your own variant of it. Where they do that at?
Right. Well, and use the insurance example. We talk a lot about consultants and professional consultants, but you use the insurance example. An insurance agent, when you sit down with people, you do an analysis of what they're looking at, what they need, and you say to them, well, in addition to what you've talked about, 80% of my clients also have this. Well, I don't need that. And then 6 months later, well, I need it. Why didn't you tell me about it?
Right.
That's what we're talking about.
Right. I just, And let me tell you, any of my clients, I have several clients that are listeners, or past clients that are listeners.
Good.
I will find a way to say I told you so. I'm just telling you right now. I will be polite depending on my relationship with the client,
right? And
how deep, many of them are dear friends,
right?
Come to your home type friends,
right?
But I will find a way to point that out.
Well, and sometimes
whether it's with massive sarcasm, like, gee, that's a phenomenal idea. I wonder where that came from 2 months ago.
Right, exactly.
But there's no doubt. Go ahead, what were you going to say?
I wish I'd have thought of that.
I wish I had thought of that. I should be paying you. Right. All right, next one. They create chaos on your team. Your staff literally rolls their eyes every time their name pops up.
Yes.
Willie H., I don't think we have anybody like that at this current time. Yeah.
I've had
Willie H. is an eternal guy anyway. He's not gonna emote his displeasure with the situation anyway.
Yeah, he's gonna process and release.
Yeah.
He does a good job of catch and release and
low blood
level.
pressure.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna get an arm cuff in here to see. I want to prove that out. See if he's probably 100 over 70 or something over there.
That's one that as a business owner, as a leader, sometimes you miss, and you got to pay attention to,
what's that?
Miss the team chaos.
Oh, yeah.
Because your team is executing on the work.
Correct.
You have the relationship with the client, and you're doing the dealing, you're doing the bidding, the billing, and all of that.
Letting scope creep happen.
Oh,
yeah, we'll take care of that. Oh, yeah, we'll do that. Well, yeah, we'll knock that right out.
Right, and your team is like,
I've done that for sure.
It's 3:00 on Friday afternoon.
Because I'm not doing the work.
And I got it right. Well, exactly.
Yeah.
And I got a 6:00, my kid's recital.
Right.
And you're giving me 6 hours of work to finish by tomorrow morning.
Right.
That's,
I mean, such is life, but yes.
Well, right. But
that is a culture statement too. If you're taking on bad clients, you're going to have culture problems within your organization.
Correct.
And you may have an exodus, and you don't really. A lot of times, people don't in the initial phase. They do in the debrief, like 6 months later, come to the realization, but they don't see it at that time.
Correct.
And then you find out, oh well, I really did not. It wasn't that I didn't like working there. It was like, hey, I was on these 3 accounts and they were terrible people or terrible to work with, and I got no support and nobody listened to what I had to say, so I went on somewhere else.
Correct.
So that was a direct correlate. That the culture was ruined by the client interaction.
Correct. By the client interaction with the team. Correct. Yes.
Yeah. All right. I really do feel like I'm reading my life. They argue about every recommendation, but blame you when the results don't come.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's you know they're all of these run in parallel lanes, right? They're paying you for your expertise, and yet they want to debate the value of your expertise. And then they argue, okay, well, you should do, well, I can't do that because of this. Well, then what are we talking about?
That won't work.
Right. Have you tried it?
Right. Right.
Have you tried it this way?
Correct.
You know, in a previous episode, we were talking about hiring, right? And we did the people, your client was talking about how they couldn't find anybody. And you asked them if they'd done these things.
Correct.
And like, no, you can't find anybody.
Correct.
So it's the same thing, right?
It's not that there's nobody to be found.
Right.
You can't find them.
And it's not that you can't do this.
Different.
Yeah, it's not that you can't do this. It's that you're not willing to do it the way it needs to be done.
Right.
Or the way I'm encouraging you to do it because of my business experience that you hired me for.
Right.
I mean, let the church say amen.
All true.
Yes.
All true. All right. They make you violate. This is an interesting one. They make you violate your own values or ask you to cut corners. What do you think about that one?
You know, look, the reality of it is the easy answer is to say you just got to cut them. The reality of it is, though, that there's a lot of people that have to place value on paying their bills sometimes. And so you're willing to scope creep on values exists too, not just scope creep on work, but scope creep on values it's a way to think about it. And ideally, at some point, you're going to have to cut bait with that client. You're going to have to fire them. You just got to figure out what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. And when you realize what you're not willing to do, that's when you've got to say either I'm not willing to do that, and if that's going to end this business, then I understand that.
Right.
But you have to define that. You call it a non-negotiable.
Sure.
You have to define that non-negotiable line. And it's you're the only one who can define that.
Gotcha. Yep. That's good.
Voice of reason.
I saw that one coming.
Thank you.
All right. They take attention away from higher value clients that actually grow your business.
Correct. Call that opportunity cost.
Yeah. Yeah. Because again, it's sucking the oxygen out of the room. It's the squeaky wheel gets the grease. It's that kind of philosophy there. Right. And you find yourself consumed with that. I think that's been interesting for me historically in work that's being done that has a longer runway.
Okay.
And you've got to try to stay focused on the end result.
Right.
Because while you're in the middle of it, it's like I'm burning a lot of time. Like, this needs to pay off.
Right.
And the payoff is down the line. So you really got to stay. That's a psychological drain. It's the bird in the hand kind of conversation to a certain extent, right?
Correct. And I'll say this is a psychological component, and it's cultural too. Sometimes we, and I say this standing firmly on the ground in front of a mirror, sometimes we, meaning me, feel like if it's not hard,
right,
we're not doing something right.
Sure. Oh,
and so sometimes
that's a whole episode.
Sometimes we take on this work and we're like, well, it's supposed to be hard.
Right.
And we just like, okay, we got to fight through it. We got to do the grind, that whole,
sure.
We've got to do that. Whereas there's and this is the bumpy road with all the speed bumps in it. And we're going through the neighborhood and we got to watch all the kids running around in front of us and dodge all this stuff. Whereas on the interstate, there's a lane that's a client that just says, hey, I need this. You get it to them. Boom. They're profitable. They check in. You good. You get it. I need this. Boom. And you just keep going at, 90 miles an hour or whatever your interstate allows.
Right.
And you're like, that can't be it shouldn't be that easy. And the reality of it is that lane is your area of expertise, and that client's recognizing your area of expertise. Yep. And you go fast because you're going fast together and you're focusing on the things that you're doing well together. Where over here, where you're going through the speed bumps and the holes and the potholes and all that stuff, you feel like I got to fight through this because I'm supposed to grind. And you get lost in if it's not hard, it's not worth it.
Right. Sure.
And sometimes you got to take a step back and look at, is it hard because it's hard?
Right.
And I'm the only one who can do it, or is it hard because this client makes it hard?
That's right. I will tell you, one of the most interesting things is the desire to fight boredom without people understanding that boring, from a business perspective,
right? Boring
is the goal.
Yeah.
Not what fire can be put out today, what issue can I solve, whose problem is going on, but the mundaneness.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you, as someone who has craved action for years,
right,
who's want to run to the fire,
right,
and has gone and looked at like the dry cleaner and gone, man, 30 years,
right.
Dry cleaning, bringing them in, typing the number in, tell them they can pick it up on Tuesday, lining the plastic. My tailor, George,
right,
who's in his 70s,
and
has been there forever, coming in, stand up on the thing, let me measure it.
Right.
How's Tuesday? Let me take your telephone number, put the pin here, put the chalk here. Man, I think they got it right.
Yeah.
Now, what decisions do they make in their lives in terms of self-care? Being with their family, sacrifice the work, but the boringness of it,
right?
Whew,
Consistent.
I think I envy that.
There are times, and the longer you're in business, the more you appreciate it. I mean, I have this saying about sales leaders. I say, if you're constantly putting out fires, you're the fuel, right?
Right. Sure.
Which means that you're looking for problems.
Correct.
And so to find them, you got to create them.
Correct.
And then that stifles, or
what did Bud Fox ask Gordon Gekko? Gordon, why do you have to wreck this company?
Right.
And his answer was, because it's wreckable.
Into the ground.
Right. Some people feel like they need chaos in their lives to feel.
Yeah, it's very true. Quiet does not help for a lot of people, and I know a lot of people like that. And it's something that you have to work on. If that's your default, you have to work on that. All right. So last one. Your gut has been screaming, "Stop!
Yes.
Stop!"
Yes.
For weeks and even maybe months.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and most of the time when your gut's screaming stop, your gut started screaming stop before you even started working with these people.
Right.
I mean, it started out as no, and now it's stop.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it takes all these things that we're talking about. It's chaos because it's created. You're frustrated because the customer's driving you crazy. There's fires that you're constantly putting out. And look, business owners, leaders, organizational leaders.
Yep.
We all have some level of ego, and sometimes in order to feed our ego, we feel like we got to fix something. Well, we got a client that's always got a problem. We're fixing their problem. We're valuable. And what we're really doing is causing destruction in our business.
Well, I will tell you one of the things that I find common now lately is Pecan Jack's ice cream.
Oh, my goodness. Talk about your gut and your belly. Perfect. Right.
So great segue into our sponsor, LG.
Awesome. Yeah, Cory. Well, thank you. Today's episode is sponsored by Pecan Jack's Ice Cream and Candy Kitchen franchise, where fun meets serious profit. With an average unit volume of $960,193.38. This is a franchise that proves you can build wealth doing something people love. Learn more at pecanjacksfranchise.com and see if there's a sweet spot open in your market.
Yes. Expanding nationwide. I'm enjoying some creamsicle ice cream as of right now.
Yeah.
It is very delicious. Being from New Jersey, we used to go to the shore.
Oh.
And the Cory Brothers, Cory Brothers soft serve ice cream.
Yeah.
They used to have it and come out of the machine with the vanilla and the orange, that creamsicle. And man, nobody does it better than Pecan Jacks. It is amazing.
That's
and
awesome.
I'm going to be having some of that tonight.
There you go.
I'm looking forward to it.
As you should.
Okay, now we're going to flip it. So I want to talk about some things to consider before pulling the plug.
Awesome.
So we've talked about, what are some of the signs.
Right.
Now some things you have to consider. And needless to say, there's a few here, right? So I'm going to talk about 6.
Okay.
Number 1 is going to be financial impact,
Yes.
right? So what revenue could you lose? How quickly can you replace it?
Right.
Are they disrupting your ability to serve, better clients who pay more?
Right. Yeah, it's like the trailer analogy, right? When it's hard to go faster when you're pulling a trailer, and sometimes you've got these clients that are weighing you down like a trailer, and you got and what we're talking about is recognizing that they're slowing you down, recognizing that they're weighing you down, and what is it costing you in potential opportunities with with either existing clients that you could do more with, or with clients that are in that lane that are similar to existing clients that you may be able to attract.
Sometimes the growth you want is hiding behind the client you need to fire.
Correct.
Maybe this guy can help me.
Right.
That's just that because when you talk about bad clients, a bad client is not just costing you time. They're also costing you capacity.
That's such a good word. Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's the thing. I was talking to one of our agency partners today in a meeting, and they're trying to talk me out of something I want to do, and I just basically said, by trying to be everywhere, we're missing opportunity. What if the turning point in this particular medium space that we want to be in? What if we're a few dollars away from hitting our stride there, but we never get there because we're trying to play in all these other all these pools? Why not we go deep, figure it out, then go on to the next one instead of trying to come out of the gate doing everything?
Yeah, talking about our coaches and consultants. You coach, you speak, you consult, you facilitate, you run meetings, and what can you do? What do you do? What can do in all of these things?
Right. Sure.
And the answer is that it's more. You've got so many tentacles out there that it's like resistance. It's slowing you down.
Right.
So to your point, if you think there's something that you want to do, go into it, pick up some speed, and realize, wow, this is good. We can keep doing it.
Right.
Or, well, maybe this isn't what we thought it would be. Let's go try something else.
Yep. Agreed. All right, number 2. This is an important one and a legitimate one, right? Because some of these things are guts, emotion, these other things. But now we kind of change a little bit to the second one, and that's contractual obligations.
Yes.
Right. So what does your agreement say about termination? Right. Versus, I am tired of these people.
Right.
So what does your agreement say? And also, so do you need written notice? Is there a window of time? Is there a transition period? Are there things that need to happen?
Yeah. And this is, the best time to think about these things is before you need them, right? So when you're drafting agreements, if you have an agreement-based business, look at what is your out clause and what is your client's out clause, and say, okay, if we get into a situation where this no longer works for either of us, what's the ideal way to get out of it? And you do that before you need to make that decision, so that you have a sense of, all right, if I do need to make that decision, I know what those steps are.
Yep, 100%. 3, we talked about this in one of the ones, but what is the team impact?
Right.
So is the team overworked? Are they demoralized because of this client?
Right.
Because ultimately keeping a toxic client, as we talked about, can cause good employees to quit.
Right. It does. And listen to your employees when they're frustrated. And if they continue to be frustrated about the same client or about the same thing, start to pay attention to it.
I mean, listen, from my perspective, if your team hates working with them, you should too.
Right.
I mean,
agreed.
Because there has to be something along those lines there.
Agreed. Yeah.
Right?
I 100% agree. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Number 4, brand and reputation. Will firing them damage your reputation, or will keeping them damage your quality of work?
Yes. And we talked about the morals or the ethics, right? Will keeping them damage your reputation? So that's the other piece of it too. Mm-hmm. So if you fire a client or if you lose a client, what is the impact of that from does it going to hurt you? But sometimes you have to look at, does keeping this client hurt me? Right. We talk about where are you drawing that line of morals and ethics?
Right. Okay, nothing. Nothing.
He was thinking about that. He was thinking about that. He was thinking about that creamsicle.
Yeah, Quasi. Yeah.
I don't blame him.
When the church say amen.
There we go. I got it.
He might like that one. There's no chocolate in it.
Yeah.
Creamsicle? A little creamsicle? It'll never make it here. It's never going to make it. It's never going to make it. It's never going to make it from. Yeah, it's never making it out. So
it's like the drive-through fries.
I dreamed a dream of time gone by. Yeah. Next, we'll get you in the next shipment. All right, number 5, replacement opportunity. So,
sure.
Do you already have a better prospect waiting for capacity to open?
Correct.
Just somebody you'd rather work with there. Because firing a bad client often creates room for better, more profitable ones.
One way to think about it, Cory, too, is people, people think, well, how am I ever going to replace them? Well, think about the people you're saying no to because your current capacity, because you don't have capacity to add a new client. So, are these people that are like, hey, I'd love to work with you, but I don't have the ability to do that? Well, do you have some people that you could let go so that you can make room for somebody that you really do want to work with?
This is one you'll like here. Underpriced clients overconsume. Overpriced clients overdeliver. Pick one.
Right. Yeah.
I like that.
I do too. And gosh, I mean, we know this.
Got one more. I like this one right here. Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
If they argue about every invoice, it's a sign they're not your client. They're your landlord.
Ooh.
Come on. Come on, Willie H. Yeah.
Love that. Yeah.
That should be against the law.
Yeah, and you know what? Their rent space. They own your wallet.
Yeah, exactly.
They're the landlord of your wallet.
All right, here's number 6.
Okay.
Strategic alignment. Are they aligned with where your business is going? And do they fit your ICP, folks, ideal client profile anymore? Do they still fit that?
Right. I've got a friend, one of my best friends is in the financial services business. And we have these conversations a lot about how, there are clients. He's gotten to a point now where he'll talk to certain people if they're recommended by a friend or family or by an existing client.
Okay.
But there's clients he has now decided that I'm not willing to deal with the effort that is required to work with them. And there's some clients that he had, they were early clients and they became difficult to deal with. And he's like, look, I think this is a good opportunity for me to make some recommendations about you to work with somebody else.
Right.
You're still taking care of them. But I think,
oh, you're too big for me now.
Well, you can think whatever you want, but for me, it's again, what opportunities are you missing? Sure. What are you doing? Like, how are you moving forward? And the ones that ask the most are usually the ones that pay the least.
Well, we say it's the car business all the time. If we had, if we were dealing with what we would call a grinder client, someone you're just trying to whittle us down to nothing.
Right.
And they say, oh, I'm going to refer lots of people. Don't threaten me.
Right.
I'm going to, they put the stickers of where you got the car from.
Oh,
so I'm going to pull our brackets off. I'm pulling the license plate. I don't want anybody to know where you got this car, let alone this deal.
Right.
Don't send those people my way.
Right.
Because birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
And that means people like you.
Right.
And I'm not interested.
Correct. I don't want any more of them.
Yeah, I got lights.
Yeah.
To pay for.
Correct.
I got rent. I got a mortgage.
Yes.
I can't do that off of you grinding me in the dust and then sending me 10 more.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
And I want you to sign this says you're not going to tell anybody about this.
That's exactly right.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, yeah, that's it.
And there's a balloon clause. If you tell anybody, you owe me money.
That's correct. That's right. Because, frankly, some of these clients are like, they're full-time jobs disguised as part-time invoices.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And you better believe
There you go. That's perfect.
All right, we got something new today. I don't know if we're going to continue it, but we're going to try it
Give it
today.
a shot, right?
Give me a drum roll for this here or something. What do you got, Willie H? Anything over there? All right. We've got the Longram LG007 tip of the day. LG, talk to us about this topic and give these people something to do.
All right, y'all. Lon here with your quick tip. And today we're talking about the one test I use to know if a client needs to go. The 3-minute client test. And here's how it works. Set a timer for 3 minutes. Write down everything this client brings into your business. Time, money, stress, energy, opportunities, and headaches. Now look at that list. If the headache column is longer than the revenue column, congratulations, you just diagnosed the problem. Here's the secret nobody tells you. Firing a client is never about the money, it's about the math, and the math never lies. So next time a client has you pacing around the office like you're practicing for a boxing match, run the 3-minute test, and you'll know exactly what to do. That's your quick tip. Protect your peace, save your team, and remember, the right client pays you, the wrong client costs you.
You better believe it. Excellent. Thank you, LG, for that tip. Now you guys got to do what you need to do, which is take action on it. Give it some thought because not all revenue is good revenue. And ultimately, you can't grow if you're overloaded with the wrong clients.
Right.
Protecting your team protects your business. And firing a client isn't emotional. It's strategic.
Correct. And there's this saying that the client is always right. And you say that in some of these customer-facing businesses. Right. What I like to say is the client can always be right, but they may not always be right for you.
I like that. We're trading one line. We're trading hit pieces here.
Correct. Yes,
your
indeed.
best clients benefit when you release the worst ones.
There you go. 100%.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, this has been awesome. I hope you guys have gotten a lot of value from it. And really take some time as we enter the new year, as we get ready to close out December in just a few weeks, really rethinking that. Everybody has their version of New Year's resolutions and,
right.
The gyms are getting ready for the onslaught of people that this is going to be their year.
Right.
But most people I know use the new year as some end of a year. Like many of my friends are doing their business retreats now and kind of stepping away and retooling and planning for 2026. So this is another just key area to me where you want to think about who do you want with you from a client or customer in going into 2026 and really use these tools that we've set out here to do that. And frankly, Lon, one of the things I think everybody should be considering is the idea of the power of franchising.
Agreed.
Some people may want to step into a new business. They may want to diversify, and it's a great opportunity to introduce our sponsor one last time.
Yeah, Cory, thank you. So before we wrap, a quick thank you to our sponsor, Pecan Jack's Ice Cream and Candy Kitchen Franchise, serving up smiles and strong returns with an average unit volume of $960,193.38. If you're ready to add a high-performing, family-friendly franchise to your business portfolio, visit pecanjacksfranchise.com and start your journey today.
Fantastic. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode of the Grow Business Podcast. LG, what do you say?
Thank you for coming. Thanks for coming back. And next time, bring a friend.
Fantastic. On behalf of myself, Longram LG007, and Willie H., this has been another episode of the Grow Business Podcast. We will see you next week. Willie H., take us out.
Perfect timing for this one.
Yeah.
I mean,
you got to make those decisions, particularly like if you have renewals that run, like year over year, or annually, that type of thing.
Right. Well, looking at one thing we didn't talk about was looking at look at this time next year, and who do you want to be doing business with?
Right.
And are they the same people you're doing business with now? And some will be, some won't.
Mm-hmm.
Some will, some won't.
Some of these people don't even tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
Like I got a note from my insurance. I'm trying to look it up now. Somebody else is on the thing. Like, what happened? Did she sell the agency? I didn't get any notes or anything.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe she gave us up.
Maybe you were her client that she was trying to get rid of.
Yeah, could be. Could be.
She did her 3-minute test,
it's
and
worth
you were
looking into it.
you were on it.